This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections.
And yes, back again, Al, with Jim and Matt for the 2018 Berlin Fire Department Autorama. Now tell me, Al, you sure showed, buddy.
Yeah, we looks like we're getting a good turnout here today. I'd like to thank all the guys from the firehouse for helping us get this thing set up, running. The car club, them guys do a great job and all that. Everything, they charge $10 for the cars to come in, which $5 go to the veterans. And then on the way out for the spectators, there's no charge, but on the way out, we ask for a little donation. And all the money we raise here goes to the local veterans, the Berlin veterans. It doesn't go to nobody else, so we like to help out the people in town and all that. I'd like to thank Ryan Priest for letting us have his trophy here behind us that he won at Bristol, Tennessee. He couldn't be here today. He's racing, but he let us have his buggy here to show it off. Couple other things. I'd like to thank Larry.
Well, let me tell you guys, the town, you guys, the fire departments are number one. Without a doubt. We would never even think of not being here. That I'll tell you.
Well, I love that you come out with your cameraman and Racing Action today. Great show. Watch it all the time. Come on down next year if you can't make it this year.
Hey, you know what? We're going to be here a long time, buddy, let me tell you.
Yep, it's getting bigger and better every year.
Now, tell me about Matt here. This is the first time I kind of met Matt.
Well, Matt, me and Jimmy, Jimmy's very busy. I'm busy now also. So we brought Matt in to kind of teach him what goes on here and all that because Jimmy's getting old and I'm getting old, so we're gonna be retiring here from this stuff. So we got to bring in the younger blood here.
Well, tell me, I know the feeling. Trust me.
Yeah, I know.
And judging by what's going on here today, and I mean, you couldn't have picked a better day. Let me tell you.
It worked out well. We moved it from August to Memorial Day. It's gonna be a little hot today, but if you look behind me, the field is almost filled up. We're going to be going to overflow parking here pretty soon with the cars that are here. And a lot of nice cars.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We're going to be talking to a lot of different people. We're going to go over to the Touch of the Truck, which, believe me, that is very special.
Yeah, the little kids like climbing in the trucks, the race cars and stuff like that. And like I said, it's all free. Get the word out. Come on down.
Well, I want to congratulate you and Jimmy and Matt for the great job you do, and we're looking forward to coming here every year, trust me. Thank you. Thank you, Jim and Matt. Good luck, buddy, and enjoy is the word. Very good, buddy. You were excellent. And yes, we have Larry Voisin in this absolutely gorgeous Gasser 1953 Chevy. Tell me, Larry, about this car.
Car comes out of Missouri. A guy named Walt owned it. He used to race it. And I bought it from him about a year ago. And I brought it here. I did a little bit of work to it, but it runs good. It runs good.
Tell me, were you an ex-racer?
Yes, I was. I used to race the Connecticut Dragway. Yeah. I had a 66 GTO. I had a 71 GTO that I used to race, and I sort of like gassers. So I seen this one here, and I called the guy up. It was for sale, and he sold it.
Let me tell you, gassers in the day were king.
Yep, they were the 55, 56, 57s, This one here's a 53, but it runs good. It's got a 383 stroker motor in it. It runs like in 11 seconds. And the guy that owned it, he had another guy racing it for him. He had the Farmer Biswick, and he used to drive it for him. And the car won a lot of championships.
Well, there's a newer organization now that from down in the southeast that races gassers in the day. You have to have a standard shift, though.
Oh yeah. You got to have a standard. You got to have your seat belts and your roll cage. You got to have everything in it. If you're turning in 11 seconds. And back then in the day in '53, you didn't need that stuff.
I'll tell you, I miss drag racing so much.
Yeah, it was fun.
I used to go Lebanon Valley. And
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun back then. I wish you still had it around, They would still have it around and keep us out of trouble. We go there.
Fun.
Yeah, we'd go there and race,
Yeah. Then you work for some good people too. Who do you work for?
I work for Nadu Brothers Concrete. Yeah, I've
See,
been,
they got their vehicles here today.
yeah, they got the pump here. We got a dump truck here. We got a few pickups here. We've been in business since 1973. We've been doing pretty good, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to go over and bother Scotty a little later.
All right, do that.
I will. Larry, I'm going to have to tell you, this car is excellent. You are very good, and good luck today. I'm sure you're going to do well here. Thank you. Very good, buddy. You were excellent. Okay, Billy?
Yes, the motor in Larry's car was just as impressive the outside. Beautiful car.
And yes, we have Bobby Arsembo with this beautiful 1972 Nova. I'll tell you, I cannot find a flaw in this paint job. Tell me about this car, Bob.
I've owned it about 21 years. Body work and paint was done probably about 7 years ago. It's a tribute car to my son. He died in a house fire. It was supposed to be a project car and never came to it, so that's what I've been doing with it.
I see the flames on the hood. Yeah. I'll tell you.
It just happens to be coincidence.
Let me tell you, he'll be very proud. Right here, Bobby, right here. Right here, buddy. He'd be very proud of what you did here.
I know he is. He's with me every time I'm at a show.
Now tell me, you go to a lot of shows?
I try to. I like to show the car off, and I sit on my ass all week as a dispatcher, so it's my exercise regimen.
Now tell me, this is the first time you at this event?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, this, I'll tell you, we like to support the local, fire department here. They're just excellent people,
Absolutely. Most of car shows are for charity anyway, so you can't lose when you go to them.
Now tell me, what do you got for a motor in here? No, it's all right. No. Say no. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What is that, 350?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
It's about 12 years old.
Yeah, we'll take a picture of that after. And I'll tell you about this car is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I like
That's a lot of work.
I like everything you've done to this car, Bobby.
Thank you.
Really, you did a hell of a job. And I know your son looking down.
I know, too.
Yeah, very proud. And I hope you come here every year, actually.
It's actually a pretty good show.
Yeah.
The weather's beautiful. You couldn't ask for more.
Well, I know you're going to do well here today, but I have to commend you. Car is gorgeous, and you did a hell of a job. Thank you, Bobby. Very good. Pleasure meeting you.
Same here.
Take care, buddy. And yes, we have Chucky and Tiffany with us today. As you can see, the movie is alive and well, let me tell you. How about it, Chuck? He's not talking much today. And look at that beautiful bride, Tiffany, huh? Gorgeous. Okay? And yes, we have Dan Verano with this beautiful 2006 Mustang of a color that's a kind of a favorite of mine. What is this color, Dan?
Lime frost green. Yeah.
It goes back to the old days.
1968.
Wow.
They brought it back in 2006.
Back.
Yep.
Tell me something. Steeda here. You must be a performance buff, too.
I am. It goes deep with Steeda. I enjoy their parts. Really does do well with the car.
How did you acquire this car? Did you buy it new?
It was a person who had it and took a lot of care for it. He was looking for another car, and a broker contacted me because this is exactly what I was looking for. And we hooked up, and he got what he wanted. I got exactly what I wanted.
I love the color. I really do.
Thanks. It's one of 2,000 in production, but only 200 with this color combination of parchment and lime frost green, and that including 6 cylinders. So this is a straight 8. Yeah.
This this just brings you back to what, 1967, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. And
there's nothing wrong with that, right?
I like going back.
Me too.
Yeah, those are great.
I relived the muscle car era. I'm telling you. To me, it's just like it happened yesterday.
It is, and it was like through the whole high school years and beyond. And my first car was a '66 Mustang 2+2, and I had to sell it to go to pay for college. I wish I had it today.
It's a little different back then, you know. Now tell me, this the first time you're at this event?
At this particular event, it's the first time, and I'm so happy my wife and I came. It's a great turnout, and they couldn't be more pleasing and hospitable to you. Every need is there for you, and we do a lot of car shows, and this is, what a day.
Tell me, where are you from?
Southington, Connecticut.
You're close by.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Sure, we'll be seeing you every year.
We will be back every year, and they have another 4 or 5 events coming out through the year, and we plan to attend each and every one of them.
Yeah, we go to many around here. We go to Kleinburg, you know.
Yeah.
New Britain.
My hometown, New Britain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's where you're from originally.
That's where I was born. That's where I went to school, and later on through life, we moved to Southington, and best of both worlds.
I was actually born there, too, and moved to Berlin when I was like 10 years old.
And it's so funny, back in that time, which wasn't a really long time ago, we had friends all over the place. There was nothing to get into the car and drive to the drive-in theater down the road, you know?
Well, back then it was fun time, let me tell you.
It was. And this is even bringing back those memories.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, this car, the minute I saw it, it flashed in my head. 1967 Mustang.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier. Yeah. Yeah. Everything that we do to the car, it's to bring up what we dreamed about in the interior and in the engine compartment.
Well, we're going to take some pictures of the car after we talk, and I know you're going to do well here today, but judging by that smile, I know just being here is very special.
It's a shine off the car. Thanks so much.
Thank you. You were excellent.
Thank you.
Good luck, Danny.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Yes, the motor in Danny's car is really impressive. This 4.6 liter with a supercharger is really impressive. This car definitely is a ground pounder.
And yes, moving over a car, we got Rob here with this beautiful 1967 GTO that brings me back to when I was a kid. Rob, tell me about how long have you owned this car?
I've owned the car 19 years. I bought it in April of 1999 from Maryland, and I restored the whole thing. I rebuilt the motor, new interior, new patch panels, got it back to where it needs to be from the original.
Tell me, was this the kind of car you're always looking for?
Yeah, my brothers are 15 and 16 years older than me, so when I was a little kid, they would come home every weekend with a new GTO, and sometimes it was a 65, sometimes it was a 69. So I kind of grew up in a Pontiac family. So,
well, let me tell you, when we grew up in that muscle car era, it's just very special.
Yeah, I know. I hear all the stories about where are they now? They wish they had them. I shouldn't have sold it. My buddy was in the car with me, and he bought one, and then he wrapped it around a tree. So you hear all sorts of horror stories sometimes.
Oh yeah, I had a Mustang 65. My wife had a 66 Chevelle. I mean, that in the day they were the best.
Yeah, and you didn't know back then what, I mean, I think you knew what you had, but I don't think anyone knew how they would take off and popularity would be what they are today. So
I never sold them, that I'll tell you.
No, I mean, this car was $3,600 new, so today it'd be unheard of to find something that had this performance and nowadays for...
Now tell me, where are you from, Rob?
I'm from East Hartford.
Okay, yeah, not far away.
No, not far. No. I've been there for 17 years, so I had the car all along since then.
Now tell me, this is the first time you've been in this event?
No, this is probably, I think I've come since the beginning. I don't know, it's the 4th or 5th year they've had it, so yeah, I'm good friends with the Connecticut Street Legends Car Club. I'm also the president of the Connecticut GTO Club, so yeah, so we try to support each other around the area.
Absolutely, I'll tell you, this never gets old with us, and there's always a car show going on somewhere.
Yes, this year has been a little unfortunate. This is actually the really their first car show of the season because the weather's been so horrible. So I think they're going to get a good turnout today, and hopefully the rest of the summer will go smoothly now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we want to wish you luck today, but I know, judging by that smile on your face, just being here is pay it off enough. Thank you, Rob. Very good, buddy.
Thank you.
You were excellent.
Thank you.
He's going to take.
Yes, the 389 motor in Rob's GTO is alive and well, and is surely a pretty car. Absolutely.
And yes, we have Vinny Merrill with this beautiful GMC 1955. I never see these vehicles. How did you find this thing?
Well, it started as a search about 15 years ago. My wife wanted an old pickup truck that reminded her of growing up on the farm, and we looked on the internet and newspapers and everything we could get hold of for 5 years, and looked all over the country and ended up finding this about 5 miles from our house.
Wow, isn't that something? Now, these 5 windows are kind of rare, aren't they?
Yeah, very rare. In 55, this was a split year, so they only built these trucks for a few months, and they probably only built a handful with the 5 windows in them.
Now tell me, your wife must be happy now, huh?
Oh, she's in her glory. This is her baby, and it'll be in the family forever from now on.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. Tell me about the drivetrain in this thing.
It's mostly stock General Motors drivetrain. It's a 350 Chevy engine, automatic transmission. It's got a Trans Am rear end in it with highway gears. So it was built, you know, for my wife to drive comfortably and to cruise on the highway.
Oh, yeah, I bet you this thing will go 80 on the highway, no problem, right?
It'll cruise comfortably at 75, and suspension will handle it. It handles very well.
Is this the first time you come to this event?
At this event, yes. This is the first year for this event, but I've been to other shows in the area, of course.
Yeah, this time of the year, they're all over the place, and we love to go to Kleinburg, too, you know. You ever go there?
Yeah, actually, I was at their first event this year, and I know I'll be back for at least 1 or 2 more this year.
Yeah, we were at the Model A event there, too, and I was kind of sad that, you know, the Woody show got canceled, you know.
As was I had brought a different car to the first event, to the Model A event, and I wanted to bring this to the Woody event. I thought it was more fitting, and we'll get to another event with it, though.
I got to tell you a story. A good friend of mine has got what they call an express canopy. It was like a vegetable truck. Do you know?
I've seen it. It was open sides.
Yeah, cream color.
Yes, I've seen that truck. Yep.
I get such a kick out of that vehicle, I'll tell you.
Those have got to be rare as well. I've only seen a couple of them.
You never see them, I'll tell you.
His is the only one I've actually seen in purpose, and I've only seen a couple of others in pictures.
Well, very good. I hope we see you down the road and at some other events, and I'll tell you, you have to be commended. This thing, the paint job is just, I mean, the camera, I don't know, could capture that, you know, that sparkle. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
What's the name of this color, anyway?
It's a stock General Motors color. It's called medium green metallic. They used it from 91 to 2015 on various General Motors cars.
I'll tell you, you picked the right color.
Yep, that was my wife's choice.
Yeah,
Yep.
Vinny, thank you. You've been excellent. I know you're going to do well, but judging by that smile, you're having fun.
I'm just here to have fun.
Okay,
That's
buddy.
what it's all about.
Very good. You got it.
Thank you.
Boy, I have to tell you, this GMC truck really got my attention. Just beautiful. I mean, the paint job on this thing is just beyond belief. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, we have Ron Cook with maybe the rarest vehicle I have ever seen. A 1947 Standard. Tell me, Ron, you got to talk about this car. What is it?
It's a British-made vehicle.
It was like something like an MG line or something like that?
It's a sister to an English Anglia.
Oh. So it comes from Britain, right? Now, what drove you to do this to this car?
I didn't do it. I bought it this way.
Oh, somebody had worked on it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been around cars all my life. I have never heard of this car.
That's why we picked it up, because it was different.
Oh, yeah.
We had a 30 Model A, and we sold that. We said, never again, no more cars. And then I saw this, and I said, oh, one more is not going to hurt.
That's right. Never. Let me tell you, one more is never enough. Now tell me, where do you call home, Ron?
Berlin,
Oh, you're a home guy. Oh, good, Berlin guy. Yeah.
right off the center of town.
Yeah. Well, we live here and we support these fire department people all the way. They're just great.
Well worth it.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now tell me, do you go to many shows during the year?
We probably go 5 or 6.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Tell me, what's the drivetrain in this car?
It is a 355 cubic inch, short throw drivetrain with a jag rear end.
Wow, nice. I mean, the paint job, too. Did you paint this car or somebody? I'll tell you, it's gorgeous.
It'll probably be painted next year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Same color, different?
Same color.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you, the color is special. You just don't see this color, you know? And
Beige.
Buick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Let me tell you, this car is far from being a Buick.
No, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, Ron, it's been a pleasure talking with you, and I have to admit, this car is gorgeous, and I hope to see you at more events.
Oh, you will. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, very good. Nice meeting you, and
meeting you.
good luck today.
Thank you.
Very good, Ron. You were excellent.
Thank you.
We're going to put him on TV.
Boy, just when you thought you seen it all, you come across a car like this, and believe me, it is gorgeous.
And yes, once again, we got Scott Nadeau with another vehicle from the family. I don't know what they're called, herd or something, man. You guys got everything. Tell me about this truck.
It's just a personal truck, you know, use it for work every day. Did a little wrap on it, lettered it up, make it look cool and keep it up to par with everybody else, you know.
I mean, it's gorgeous, I'll tell you. And the wheels, I love them.
They come a long way. Everything nowadays, you know, everything's big equipment and big, you know, so try to make it fit the fleet, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Now
So.
tell me about these youngsters in front of us here.
Oh, what do you want to know about them?
Let's see, we got, he's your son, I know
Yep.
that.
This is Landon.
Landon.
I got Kyle over here, his
Kyle.
cousin. This is
Yeah.
a friend of ours,
Yeah.
Mason.
Mason.
And, I'm sorry. You got Madden here
Madden.
and Mason here.
Okay,
They're
buddy.
brothers.
Yeah, they're having fun, huh?
So, yeah.
You guys like to climb all over these trucks? Someday you're going to take over the business, and this guy will be retired, huh?
They're going to be my boss one day, hopefully.
Someday they will be, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I look like you.
Wait till you see my next show. Hey, we're taping shows right now about UFOs. Wait till you see the next show. We're going to have some fun, though. Well, I want to thank you, Scott. As normal, you always support the Berlin Fire Department people, and you do an excellent job. And I'll tell you, you guys are the best.
We appreciate it. You know, we try to give whatever we could and do the best we could for everybody. So,
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about,
So.
right? Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, guys. Very good. Okay, thank you. Take care, buddy. Mason, take care, buddy. Thank you, Scott. And yes, we have Chucky and Tiffany with us today. As you can see, the movie is alive and well, let me tell you. How about it, Chuck? He's not talking much today. And look at that beautiful bride, Tiffany, huh? Gorgeous. Okay?
This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections.